Hey YouTube, I'm back and I'm talking about my breast augmentation journey for the last time. I have been on here a couple times and I have talked in depth about what happens up until about 1 month, and that was where I left off. So I'm gonna just glaze over that real quick. I'm gonna let y'all know what I got, and then I'm gonna let you know how I've been healing up, and more so this video is about from 1 month to 6 month post-op. But what I did get done was a breast lift with implants. I got a lift on my right side. I got a donut lift, which goes all the way around the nipple. I got a crescent incision on this side. I didn't get a lift on this side, but my implant went in through that kind of incision, so that's the only scarring that I ended up with. And to leave off, I think just leaving my 1 month appointment, and I let you guys know where I was at 1 month. I think at the end of the video I added in that I didn't have any pain, so basically as soon as I didn't have any pain I started filming and was like, hey, I feel better. But I went to another appointment after that for my 3 month post-op appointment on January 13th, and I was very excited to go here. I love seeing my doctor. I love my post-op appointments. And I ended up coming in knowing, like, I feel like I didn't have to be there. I was just going there for fun. And when he got there, he definitely was like, you're healed up great. You have no scarring. But for me personally, I felt like I could have even less scarring, so I asked him about his professional scar gel cream. They were running a sale anyways that month at Richmond Surgical Arts. I saw Dr. Lyman and he said if you want to get the cream you can get the cream, but you're pretty much good to go. You can come back when you feel you need to come back and we'll book you in because you're already a patient of ours. It shouldn't take you too long. So I went to make not another appointment but a purchase for the scar gel, and I don't remember how much I paid for it. I got a good deal, but the funny thing is I ended up getting, it's a Stratoderm. A lot of good reviews about it. It gave me an information pamphlet that I lost too, and I mean it's about halfway empty, but I didn't use it on my surgery my surgery scars that I had gotten from my boob job. I instead used it on my C-section scar that I have, and it faded within a month of me just using half of this. So I was really impressed, and maybe I should give it a go for the remainder of my scarring, but I'm telling you, I don't feel the need to keep using it. I really feel like I'm at a good point. You can't tell it. That's really what I wanted, was that you could not tell that I had the scarring. I didn't want any scarring. And the fact that I needed a lift, I was really worried about the scarring, but I'm going to tell you right now, as the story goes, I am very happy. I actually just wanted to mention that I'm surprised at how like soft my boobs got and how they continue to drop. I guess I got used to them being so firm after the boob job, even though I knew directly after the boob job that my boobs aren't going to stay like that forever. They're going to continue to get softer and drop. It still surprised me. I still was like waking up one day and be like, I don't remember my boobs being this soft. I'm so glad that the implants that I ended up going with, I think I got the Real Feel silicone implants. That's what I went with. I know I went with silicone, just can't remember the brand name. But what ended up happening was it just happened so slow over time. I didn't realize it until one day I adjusted my bra strap on a bra that I had been wearing in my most recent post-op video, and I remember it being like adjusted just for my new boobs at that time, and then when I put it back on 3 months later, it had adjusted again because my boobs were continuing to drop and I wasn't even realizing it. It just happened so slowly, and I took a pre-op video, a 1 month post-op video, and a 6 month post-op video, and again, I just guess I didn't realize it. It was happening so slowly over time. But I'm so glad I took these videos because it really does show how time progresses. I really think that I am right there at that mark where I am finally all healed up. I did one more thing before going into surgery that I'm really like happy that I did, was trying to memorialize my pre-op tatas as much as I could, you know, because I'm never gonna have those again. This is so funny, but I had actually decided that I wanted to do like a painting with my tatas. I'm gonna show you how that turned out. I had the idea to do a galaxy, so as you can tell, the planets are painted that way. And I mean, I'm gonna do a 6-month post-op painting too, I think, so I'm pretty excited. Now I feel like I said I'm at that point where they are how they're gonna be, and I feel great. I'm ready to have the next painting on my wall. So I know I said as soon as I was post-op that I was doing massages, and I truly was, but I have not been doing them since that last update video I did. I haven't done any exercises, any of the lifting. I just kind of fell off of it. I told myself I wasn't going to, but I heard that it wasn't necessary, and then I hear that it's very necessary. I feel like it was really good for those beginning times where it was just super sore and it made me like not scared to move. It really helped with that tension, but as for 6 months, I haven't done it in the last 4 or 5 months. I was immediately using a posture corrector the first 2 months of my surgery. I ended up going to a chiropractor after my 3-month post-op appointment. I just really held off. I don't know, I was kind of just, I felt like I was extra tender because getting a lift and implants, I felt like it was just like a double whammy. I needed to give myself extra time. And I mean, the chiropractor told me I could come back as soon as I wanted to come back. It was up to my comfort. He can adjust me in different ways, but I'm used to laying flat down on the table for parts of the adjustment. I guess I was just really put off by laying down on my implants. So I was told that I don't need to replace my implants every 10 years or anything like that. It's about, as long as I don't pop an implant, I'm good to go for as long as I can. And I know that I like sleeping on my stomach, and honestly, I didn't mean for it to happen, but I started sleeping on my stomach again here recently. What happened was I bought a back sleeper pillow, and I was using it, sleeping on my back for the first time in my life, and I put it through the wash because I feel like you gotta do that after a couple months. You gotta do that as often as you can. You're supposed to wash your pillows. Well, I guess I shouldn't have washed it, or maybe I even dried it. I'm not sure how far I went. I think I should not have washed it because it went completely out of form, and I ended up just using my regular pillow, sleeping on my side while going to the chiropractor, trying to do everything right, and at the end of the day I ended up sleeping on my stomach. I think I had maybe some soreness the first 2 times, but I've been sleeping on my stomach for the last month and I haven't noticed any problems. I do sleep with this recovery bra is what I was using, this compression sports bra. I've been sleeping in one of these every night. The first night, I think a month ago, I forgot, and I did feel like a little bit of stiffness, a little bit of soreness on the sides, and I'm not exactly sure why that is, but I just really enjoy the support of my compression sports bras, so I won't be letting it go anytime soon. It's a habit I plan to keep. So that's enough rambling. I don't really feel like I have much more to say on this because I have a great overall experience. I love my doctor. I have another follow-up appointment coming up next week, I believe it is, for my 6-month post-op appointment. While filming this, I'm about 6.5 months post-op already, but it took me a couple weeks to get back on their schedule for a follow-up. I really have just been going to the follow-up, this time at least, was to donate some more bras. Like the first couple times I see that they have a donation that goes to the shelters around the area, and I keep finding that my bras aren't giving me enough coverage, so I have to use full coverage bras. But if I search and try and figure out what my size is using different sizing apps and different measurements, I get a bunch of different sizes. So I ended up keeping all my old bras and keeping my old size, which was a 34B. And I feel like I haven't changed in top sizes. Like I feel like I can fit a small or a medium top size. So yeah, I'm basically just going to this appointment to donate more of those bras that I feel like don't give me enough coverage, and just to say hi to my doctor. This might just be my last post-op appointment, and as well as my last post-op video. I really hope that this video helps somebody else on their own breast augmentation journey and helps ease any of those fears or answer any questions. You can reach out. I'll leave my Instagram handle down below. So I'll be seeing you guys in a different type of video later on my YouTube channel.